Today I'm going to show you how I replicated this moulding to this here using homemade rubber with just 2 ingredients. It turns out like this. I'll be back in a second. Welcome back to Get Plastered with Andy. So today I'm going to show you how to replicate this with homemade rubber with 2 simple ingredients. So the 2 ingredients I'm going to use is silicone here, 100% silicone, okay, and cornstarch, okay. So I'm going to put a spoonful in here, 2 spoonfuls in there. I'm going to add 2 of these. I'm going to trust me. Yeah, I know it's time for a new caulking gun, eh?
Sure is.
That's all right. Give that a little mix, and then I'm going to add another block to that in a second.
So 1 part silicone, 1 part cornstarch. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Give it a mix.
Mix it up. Lovely jubbly. A bit of a sticky situation here. Righty. You want it like icing. You just want to work it all in there. With my wife's spoon. A little bit more there. I'm going to mix up a little bit more of this stuff. So I'm just mixing the 2 ingredients in here. Just like this. It's just like making a cake. Look at this. Icing. It's very sticky stuff. You want to push it right in there. Okay. As you can see, I wouldn't be very good working in patisserie.
Yeah.
Yeah, just smear it all over. You want to make sure you've got a nice bit on it, yeah. So the cornstarch in it sets it off faster. Now some people use colouring in it as well with the mix. Sets it off even faster. I did try it with a colouring mix in it once. There's a piece here, you can see it's pretty strong, the rubber, yeah. And when I done it, I made the mistake of not wearing gloves, and that food colouring dye just dyed my hands so red.
Oh, jeez.
And I had to clean it off and had a good chuckle at myself. That's how you learn, isn't it, eh? So usually we would put a little fence around that, and we'd get some cold pour rubber, 2-part, and we'd pour it and like that. But this works too.
This is the cheap homemade version.
This is cheap homemade messy version, okay? But it works. Just make sure she's got enough on there around each edge here. So what I'm going to do is just going to have a little clean up here. Just going to go around the edge of it like this. There is some rubbers. To smooth it, you can use potato peel. So happens I've got a potato in here. So let's see how that works on this. A nice bit of potato.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yep.
There he is.
Let's see if it actually works on this stuff. Alright, see that? That's smoothing it out. You don't want it perfectly smooth, but when you're putting a case on it later, it just makes it easier. See? Bit of potato. My father-in-law taught me about years ago.
Oh, that's one of his tricks, eh?
Oh, what's a potato there for, mate? You watch. Because as it sets, you just smooth it around like that. Oh, get back here. Slippery so. Not wet bar soap. Doesn't that look different, eh?
Yeah.
What I'll do, I'm going to just trim around the edge with a knife when it sets. Just get a nice clean edge on it. You know what? I think I need a little bit more here. Rather have too much than not enough. Alright, so we're going to let that set up, okay, and I'm just going to carefully cut around the edge with a knife when it's set, and I'm going to put a plaster case on this, and we're going to cast one, okay. So we'll be back soon. It's time for a cup of tea. So it's been an hour and a half, and it's all set up, okay. So now I'm just going to get some lard, and I'm going to smear it all over, everywhere. Be very generous with it, yeah, and this will help the cast, the plaster case release, okay. Just go around it like that, plenty on there. Yeah.
It's around the edges too.
Loads around the edges, because you don't want the plaster to like stick to the back of this and onto here. It's just you want it to release out, okay. I'll just make sure there's no big massive clumps on there. I also greased this up earlier, just a piece of drywall, for when I've finished I just stick it on top, and then when it sets I take it off and it leaves a nice flat bottom on which you will see later, okay. So I've just mixed some plaster up, plaster of Paris, and if you'd like to know how to mix up plaster of Paris, I have a video on how to mix up plaster of Paris, okay.
Link will be in the description.
Yes sir, thank you. Now, you know, I'm not going to bother using a brush and all that for this, and I'm not doing a 2 gauge part. I'm just doing the 1 gauge mix here for this, because it's a case. It doesn't matter if there's a bit of burlap on the face. Okay, it's it'll be fine. There we go. Just want to rub it all in here, and things like, as I said with plaster of Paris, the more you play around with it, the faster it sets. Okay. Now this is really good for example, if you've got an old mirror frame or an old picture frame that's damaged, you get a bit of silicone and a bit of cornstarch, you go onto the opposite corner or whatever, you take a little moulding off of that, pour a little bit of plaster of Paris in there, and you can repair that old picture frame. Okay, and then a lot of people have, you know, heirlooms that have got damaged, you know, during moving and things like that, and it's just nice to restore them, yeah, and it's very, very, very simple to do. So it does, as I say, it doesn't matter if a bit of burlap goes through. I'm going to give this a soak as well, just because it's a, you know, it's a small mould and it's easy to do, and just go like this. These are just scrap pieces of burlap I had sitting on the side, so that's why I'm doing 2 pieces like that, because I like to reuse everything I can, and for something like this is just perfect.
As you say, milking the cow, eh?
There we go. And just push that in around the edges. As I say, it doesn't matter if you get burlap on the face of this. I've got some little larves here. Okay, just going to put them around the edge like this for extra strength. It was a very wide larva. I just snapped it in half because you don't need such a beefy thing around it. And just fold it in. Doesn't have to be that pretty. So that's going to be strong as anything. Okay. So make sure there's no cobwebs. Cobwebs is when you see like little holes in it. Yeah. So I'm just going to let this gear pick up for a second. While it's picking up, I'm going to have a sip of tea. You've got to do the part plaster with slurp. If you're not slurping it, you're not drinking your tea properly. Because it's such a small mould, you've got plenty of time on this. When you're making a big length of cornice, your arms are like monkeys, yeah, you're running around, yeah. But this is just a small mould, so you just got to be patient, let it pick up, okay. So yeah, a lot of people make mistakes like making this really thick, goopy stuff to do this, but this will give it 5 minutes, this will be picked up, okay. Yeah, so just keep scooping that up. There's go around. So the reason I'm making this, it's called a case, okay, because when you make a flexible mould, like, you know, if I put it down, it's not flat, yeah, so it'll go out of shape. So this holds the rubber in shape, okay. So it's an important part of the process, is making a case. If you're doing something like an open pour and you've got a fence up around it, and it's quite thick, the rubber, and it's nice and perfectly flat when you pour it. Sometimes you don't need a case, okay? But I usually like to get on a case, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm just using up the rest of this plaster here just to thicken up this old case here. With that piece of drywall, this piece here, which I'll put a load of lard on, I'm just going to sit that on top like that, give it a little squash, dunk, and then going to let this set for about 15 minutes, and then we'll peel it up, take it off, and then look at the mould, see how it's come out, and then if it looks good, we'll make a cast. So it's all set up now, nice and solid. You usually tell by the bowl. When you crack the bowl and it comes out easy like that, you know it's pretty much ready. So, oh, look how loose that was. So that's just to make that flat back I was on about earlier. Now, just like that. I'm going to peel this off. Hopefully it's come out okay. Get my hands underneath it. Oh, pretty good. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, not bad at all. Yeah, we can make one. Right, fits in there just nice and snug, yeah?
Perfect.
Just keeps it in shape. Okay. This was found at a garage sale. My wife found it, and my mother-in-law really likes it, and so does my son. So we'll make a mould and we'll make some. See how it comes out, eh? So I'm going to get a little bit of lard just around the edge here, yes, so the plaster don't stick to this. Usually I shellac the case as well, which I'll probably do later on, yeah. But just skipping that little thing for you, because if you're just making a couple, just do this, yeah. But if you're making lots of them, then you want to shellac the case.
Which we've also got a video on how to shellac a moulding, at least, on our channel too.
Yeah, exactly. So just melt all over. Shouldn't need any inside because it's silicone. It should just release just fine. Okay. So I'll mix up a little bit of plaster. I'm going to chuck some of this in there. Now I'm doing this in plaster of Paris just so you can see what the definition comes out like. But if you're putting this outside, what I use a sand and cement product, okay, and I'll just pour that in there. Which I will probably do one another day and just show you. It's just, it takes so long to set that you won't see the end result, so I just want you to see what the end result looks like. Okay, that's why I'm using plaster of Paris, which is fine for inside, but exterior not good.
You see some of the cement work back there that Dad's done. The arch there.
There you go, just give it a good rub like that. Just to make any air bubbles rise up. Now I'm going to start with a small bit here because where it links in it's like a weak point. So I'm going to put this in here like that. That'll help hold their hands together. And just get a few bits of that. Put it in there. A little bit on the corner here. So when you're using sand cement, you don't need burlap. I use a product and it's got fiberglass built in the mix. Okay.
Right. Some in the corner. It doesn't matter if a little bit of burlap goes on the face because you're going to paint them anyway. Okay. You can see my son made enough for me to do a full-size statue. It's all right. And there he is there. He's the man with the light.
He's the lighting man, yeah. Yeah.
Need some good light, man.
And obviously you can see I'm the one that does all the work. Yeah, you know. I'm the one that gets his hands dirty. You know. But that's all fine, it's all fine, there's no problem. I can handle it.
Yeah, handle it.
I'm not whining like a little baby. Now we need to strike it off. So I'm going to grab a piece of lard. This one's here. I'm just going to give a little strike off, taking the excess off. Okay. I'm going to have to give it a couple strike offs as it sets. I'll just get in there, make sure it's not all poking out the back. Push it in there like that. And as it sets, you can, it's easier to push in as well, because at the moment it's like it's floating on the fluid, as they say. So, I'll just give that a little 5 minutes. Yep, so that's pretty much ready to plaster. So we'll take it out of the case. I'll gently peel this all the way around the edge without trying to break it, okay? So I'm just going to take my time on this bit here. There. Just going to keep going like that. It's just going to have a little stuck here. Let's have a look at that. Oh,
yeah,
beautiful. Just needs a little clean up. So these are just little snots from the original, and we'll clean it up. Here's the original.
There it is.
Let's see the snots on it, and there you go.
Boom.
Just silicone and with a cornstarch. Happy days, eh? Look at that. Make anything you want. A little bit of paint on that, good as gold. So if you're doing it for outside, yeah, use sand cement. I'll do a video on that another day, okay? Yep, so that's just back in the case, just like that, so you can just make as many as you want. If you'd like to see how we made that ceiling centre there, okay, all by hand, by scratch, you can watch the video just up there. This is a wrap up for today. It's time to relax now. What we're going to do, son? We're going to get plastered.